Hey, hey, hey. What's up, my people? What's up, ladies? What's up, ladies? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. I am on here tonight. Listen, we are continuing on. On a 20-day going live telling my story. It's called Storytime Summer Series. Say that fast 3 times. Summertime Story Series. Storytime Summer Series. Lord have mercy. But anyway, I'm silly, honey. Listen, I'm still exhausted from my vacation, so I'm a little silly, a little tired. I had to go back to that investment firm, honey. But we're not complaining about that, so we're just gonna jump right on in to my next story that I wanted to share with you all. Listen, I am streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel over at Money Management Matters on YouTube, definitely please take a moment, go over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live, and give it a thumbs up, honey. Give it a thumbs up. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you for joining. Hey, Teresa Mamba's boss is in the house. Yes, ma'am. Storytime Summer Series, honey. I've been going live for about 6 days now, and I plan on doing 14 more. So 20 days going live, telling some stories, some little tidbits of my life, my journey, my financial journey, the things that has happened to me financially and how I got through it. So that's all a part of my new program that I am creating to help my sister girls out with their finances and to get on a better financial path and to have financial stability and financial security. And if you have not gotten your copy of my brand new book, Finding Favor with Your Finances, definitely grab a copy of that over on Amazon. It is available there. In that book, I give a few little stories, not a whole lot, nothing very deep about my financial journey, but I sum it up in seven principles to financial security. Now, during this during this 20 days of going live, I'm telling deeper stories. I'm going deep, honey. I'm telling the goody good, the unknown, the secrets, and all that kind of stuff you may not have known about me. So tune in, tune in, tune in. If you haven't caught the first 6 days, Teresa says she's been listening. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. If you have not been listening, go back and check out the first 6 days of the series on YouTube. Go ahead and give it hashtag replay. Let me know you went back and replayed it, and thumbs up and catch up, honey, because now I am back stateside. I'm back stateside. Last night I talked about getting back to reality. So I moved from overseas in Germany where I was stationed, and now I'm back stateside. Okay. So once you get back stateside, whew, it's like back to reality. It's back to the normal, almost normal life. It's back to being involved with your family, because I was in a state of isolation. I talked about how sometimes when you get into financial situations or get into any kind of trouble or challenges, sometimes you have to isolate yourself. You have to separate yourself from family and from friends so you can get yourself together, right? So that's what I did when I went to Germany. I had to get myself together, honey, get them finances straightened out. And when I got back stateside, I was on a good path. I was doing good. I had paid off a whole lot of debt. I had, gotten rid of the MIA husband, and yeah, was ready to start my life afresh. You are faithful. You did some on vacation, girl. Yes, I'm always still working on vacation. We have to do that as entrepreneurs, honey. We work every day, all day, vacation and non-vacation, back to life, back to reality. Yep, that's what it was. So as I got back to stateside, back to reality, I started getting involved with a young man. A young man got into my circle, got into my head, got into my psyche. And like last night, I talked a little bit about being in love, how love and money works together. And then we was kind of joking about what love got to do with money, honey, because love don't pay no rent and love don't pay no bills. But we all want to feel love. We all want to be in love. And a lot of times when we get involved and we start cohabitating, which me and this gentleman started cohabitating, we was living together, and it runs into some issues. You can run into some issues, financial issues, if you do not communicate about it. So that was one of my other advice and warnings to the young people out here today, in the married people and people in relationships. Period. You have to talk about the money. You have to communicate about the money and about your finances, so that you won't get into a financial situation. But anyway, what had happened was me and this gentleman was cohabitating, and yeah, we started living together. So we had rent, we had bills, we had the utilities, we had the cable, and let me see, I think we I don't know if we had cell phone bills or not. Yeah, I think we had cell phones anyway. So, but what happened was there was a surprise that happened. So, how many of y'all know that sometimes we get these surprises? Hence, the idea that a lot of financial experts will tell you, make sure you have an emergency fund. Now, this emergency fund is good for emergency situations. If you can't work, if you get sick, if you have a medical situation, you can't work anymore, you wind up in the hospital because you're sick, your job is only going to pay you what they call short-term disability, which is only a portion of your normal pay. So then you're going to be short, some on far as paying your bills. So it's a good idea to have what they say, 6 months worth of living expenses. But from my experience, I would like to have 12 months worth of living expenses in a savings account, in a high yield savings account, somewhere when you can't touch it. So if something happens, you have something that you can get your hands on some money. Okay, so that's the idea for the emergency fund. But the other thing that you want to start planning for, but sometimes you don't plan for it because it's a surprise, which is what happened to me. Me and this gentleman was cohabitating. We was living together. So therefore we was sleeping together. So that resulted in a baby. Yes, yes, yes. So I wind up finding out that I was having a baby from the cohabitation. And that was just like a whole whirlwind of surprises. I just call it a surprise because I don't want to call it a challenge, because, babies are blessings. Babies are blessings. But I just want to say that they are even more blessed if you are prepared for them, right? If you plan it out. And that don't always happen. That don't always happen. So when you do run into things like this, you have to shift. It's almost like a shift, because you've been planning only for you. You plan to have a roof over your head, right, right. You plan just to feed yourself, right, right. You plan just to have clothes on your back, right, right. But whenever a child comes into the situation, a baby comes into the picture, it's a whole different ballgame, because now you got not only you to financially take care of, now you got another person, you got the baby to take care of. And so I looked at it as a blessing, because um being involved with this young man and living together, it brought on more debt for me. Because like when my first situation in the apartments, if you move into an apartment, you want to buy furniture, you want to get curtains, you want to get pots and pans, and sometimes you got to buy your appliances. So it's just more debt that I got into, when I really shouldn't have been, because I had just finished getting over paying off debt. But anyway, so now you got the baby involved. So you all know, as I know, that with the baby comes very high at more expenses. So I had to get to a place where quit spending money on myself. That was another sacrifice. I had to sacrifice for my son now, right? So I had to quit buying clothes, quit buying furniture, quit buying stuff for the house, color coordinating, decorating, all that kind of stuff. I had to stop all that because now I had this baby to take care of. But then again, it shifts to the expense of having the child because you want everything for your child. You want the crib, you want the best stroller, you want the best name brand car seat and all that. So all that came into play. So honey, let me just tell you, a surprise, a surprise, a surprise. Life happens, honey. Life started lifing for sure. So at that point, since we were not prepared for the baby, I had to make some hard decisions. I really had to make some hard decisions because at that time it was time for me to make another transfer from my current duty station or transfer out of the military. So that was another big jump, decision, challenge, however you want to call it, for my finances. Because now, not only have I got myself and my child and the father who was not being cooperative, I didn't have a job because I decided as a mother that I wanted to raise my child and outside of the military because with the military you have to go when they say go and you have to go where they say go, and I didn't want to leave my baby and miss a lot of the things in his life. So I had to make the tough decision to leave the military with my baby and with no job, and the father was being uncooperative. So here we go with hey girl. Hey Synovia, how you doing, girl? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So I'm still telling my story. So I'm at the point now where I've decided to leave the military and raise my baby as a single mother. So single moms, this next couple of videos is going to be for you because I want to kind of give you some guidance on what I had to go through as a single mom, having no money, having no job, not knowing what I was going to do, uh, feeling scared, feeling like almost like I hadn't accomplished anything, like I had another failed relationship because it's been the second serious relationship that I that had failed. So I felt like a failure, and being a single mom, I don't know. I felt like my baby was a blessing for sure, but still felt like I was not being the best mother to him because now I didn't have a job. I was jobless. Mom biz bossing. Lifestyle started, as you saying, Teresa. Yeah, it definitely began the mom biz bossing, right? You're looking beautiful and thank you for sharing your journey. You are so welcome. Thank you so much, Synovia. I appreciate you saying that. So anyway, I am going to continue the story tomorrow about how this single motherhood for me uh continues, what I had to do, the things that I had to make some decisions on, and how I got through that because being a single mom is hard. It's hard. A lot of us know that as women that we have to you know do it by ourselves, do it solo, and then if you don't have a job on top of that, that's double the stress on your life, on your finances for sure. So, what I want to leave you with tonight is a Bible verse because at this point, too, is when I really started, got back into my relationship with God. I grew up in the church, from childhood. But when I joined the military, I kind of got away from the church. I hadn't been in the church in years. So I had to really get back to my roots, my religious roots, my Christian roots, and start praying and asking God, what am I supposed to do to lead and guide me, on this next journey of my life as a single mom? We are amazing women. We are amazing women, aren't we, Synovia? Girl, I don't know what these men would do without us women. That's all I got to say. But anyway, we're going to read John 16 and 33, John 16 and 33, because this verse really is one of the verses that helped me when I got back into the Lord, got back to praying and got back to reading my Bible, and it kind of got me on a better back on a better track again. Uh John 16:33 says, I have told you these things, and this is Jesus talking. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. And that's what I wanted. I wanted peace so bad because I was just so stressed out about leaving the Navy. Didn't know what I was doing. I was stressed out because I had this baby on my own. Then I was stressed out because I had to come back home to my hometown again, feeling like a failure, feeling like I've done things wrong, feeling like, it's just the most terrible thing that could happen to me, but it wasn't. But that's how I was feeling at the time. So I read this verse so that in me you may have peace. So I was praying, God, just give me peace. And in this world, he says, in this world, you will have trouble. So then I kind of felt like I'm not the only one that's having these troubles. Okay. But at the time now, I felt like I was the only one. I was very alone. I was very alone. But Jesus said, but take heart, take heart. That's have joy, feeling upright. Rethink your mind. Take heart that I have overcome the world. So Jesus is saying, of course, y'all know Jesus walked on the earth. He's saying he's already been here. So he knows what we're going through. He knows the challenges that we're having. He knows as women, with so many other women in the Bible, and Jesus was very favorable to women, and he knows what we're going through. So it really made me feel better as I read the Bible, as I started getting back into my Bible and back into praying that God was going to see me through. God was going to see me through, and that he sent this child to me for a reason, and I was going through this for a reason. So I just had to hang on in there, get my juices flowing, start looking into some resources, get me a plan together, because honey, I've always been a planner. So I started thinking about the plan, what I was going to do when I got back home, and blah, blah, blah. And hey, Wills, as you all see, it worked out, but I want to let you know how exactly it worked out. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say for tonight. That's all I'm going to say for tonight. But I will be back live again tomorrow around about this time, about 9 o'clock. And we'll be on day 6 or day 7 of this 20 days of Storytime Summer Series. So hang on in there with me. Thank you so much for you all that joined live. If you catch this on the replay, honey, go ahead and hit that hashtag replay. Let me know you rolled through so I can say thank you and appreciate you for stopping by. Okay. So until tomorrow, you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And go out to YouTube, subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to build that channel up. Subscribe to Money Management Matters. Okay. Catch me there tomorrow. Catch those replays on the first few videos that I've done in this series. And leave me a comment. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the stories. Okay. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Good night.